Hey everyone, Clay from Brooklyn, football with the fellas. It's all about Big Blue with the Week 9 NFC East report. There's only 3 games in NFC East this week because we are playing against Washington. Washington is coming into MetLife Stadium this week for a 1 o'clock matchup that Mazo and I will talk about in greater detail a little later on. Another 1 o'clock game is Dallas will be traveling down to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Dallas comes in with a 3-4 record. The Falcons are 5-3. The Falcons are a pretty pleasant surprise this year if you're a Falcons fan. They are doing quite well, and they're scoring a lot of points. They're 12th in the league in scoring, averaging 24 points a game, and they're 19th in the league in points allowed, also 24 points a game, interestingly. And the 24 points they're scoring should be an interesting number because Dallas is 31st, next to last in the league in defense. They're allowing 28 points a game. Dallas's scoring is 22nd in the league. They're scoring 21 points a game. Dallas still has quite a few people injured. They are without, obviously, Lawrence is out for the year. Micah Parsons hasn't played in a while. Not sure if he's coming back this week. Cornerbacks Diggs and Bland they have not practiced this week. Bland hasn't played at all this year. He's been on IR, and they have until, I believe, today to decide if they're going to bring him back this year or not. And they're also missing Linval Joseph, former Giant defensive tackle, this week, hasn't practiced. And Zach Martin, future Hall of Fame guard, hasn't practiced this week. Limited participant in practice has been linebacker Eric Kendrick. So they've got a pretty long list of people who are either not practicing or haven't fully participated, and that can't bode well for them against a team that is playing pretty well in Atlanta. Atlanta is only missing Chris Lindstrom, who is obviously an outstanding young offensive guard, but he's the only person in the of significance on the DNP list. Inside linebacker Troy Anderson, outside linebacker Matthew Judon, and safety Justin Simmons are on a limited participant practice list for them. So they're missing a couple of people, and Dallas is missing a lot of people, and Dallas isn't playing very consistently this year. So I'm hoping that the Falcons can pull off that victory. The 4 o'clock game is Jacksonville at Philadelphia, and the Jags are just not having a good year at all. Unfortunately, they come in with a 2-6 record against Dallas, who is 5-2. So I'm sorry, not Dallas, against Philly, who is 5-2. So I guess that Philly would be favored in this game, and it never makes me happy for Philly to win a game. There are some injuries of note. Dallas Goedert, Jalen Carter, Landon Dickerson, and Darius Slay have all not practiced this week for the Eagles. So we'll see if any of them play. Guard Mekhi Becton has been a limited participant in practice. As for the Jags, Christian Kirk, wide receiver Christian Kirk, is out for the year on IR. They just traded their starting left tackle, Cam Robinson, and both of their starting guards, Brandon Scherf and Ezra Cleveland, have been on the DNP list, did not practice this week. So that is not boding well for their offensive line. 3/5 of it won't be there, very likely. As far as limited participation, both of their starting wide receivers, rookie phenom Brian Thomas and Gabe Davis, who they signed in the offseason as a free agent, both have been on limited participation in practice. And both running backs, Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne, have also been limited in their participation in practice. So they could be down a lot of their weapons, which is not going to bode well for them. As it is, they are only 21st in points scored, averaging 21 points a game. And that was before all these people have been missing. They are, by the way, 29th in points allowed, giving up 28 points a game. So it looks like the Eagles may have a chance to put up quite a few points this week against them. The Eagles, on the other hand, are 7th in points allowed. They're only giving up 19 points a game, and they are 10th in scoring, averaging 24 points a game. So again, it looks like the Eagles will be, pretty heavily favored against Jacksonville if you're into that sort of thing. Okay, so that's the NFC East report. Again, Washington plays us, and Mazo and I will talk about that game later. Dallas travels down to Atlanta to play the Falcons, and the Jags come up to Philly to play the Eagles. Okay, so that's it for the NFC East report. Now I can talk about the trivia questions that I've been doing lately. The last week's trivia question was, Lawrence Taylor is the New York Giants all-time leader with 8 first-team All-Pro seasons, and I asked you who was second on that list for the Giants, and the answer is Rosie Brown, offensive tackle Rosie Brown from back in the day, with 6 first-team All-Pro seasons. And this week I'm going to ask you about wide receivers. You know that Amani Toomer is our all-time leading receiver in yards and touchdowns, but the question is, which New York Giant has the second most touchdown catches as a New York Giant in Giants history? So again, which New York Giant receiver has the second most touchdown receptions in the history of the New York Giants? So there you have it. That's the NFC East report and the trivia question. I'm Clay from Brooklyn, football with the fellas. It's all about Big Blue, and I'm out.
Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. it's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis's skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.